We need to communicate to people that is in the offing. Be ready so that the people are mentally ready, psychologically ready. The first retrenchment exercise done is when people are locked out, they are not mentally ready, they are caught by surprise. Nobody likes to be caught by surprise. So that is very key. I guess next I will talk a bit about what you need to do in terms of people aspect if you happen to have to do retrenchment.
Okay.
Or should I continue now? I don't know.
You can just continue now. Then I will go to Rachel,
sure.
Because that's another key part I need Rachel to address.
Okay. The last resort, as I mentioned earlier, to save an organization, it could be retrenchment. So we cannot tell employees good news when the fact is there's a lot of bad news coming their way. So we have to be transparent. Now, after we have done the cost cutting, we have done compensation reduction, we have done many other initiatives, but the company still cannot survive. The next step is sometimes to save a body, you have to cut a limb. So you have to, let's say you have 1,000 employees. If the company closes, 1,000 people lose their job. But if you can save the company by downsizing, retrenching 200 people, you save 800 livelihood. But you have to, the 200 people that have been retrenched, they are human beings. So it's involved emotion. So you have to be empathy about it. So how to do it, that is very important. Now, a lot of time in Malaysia, we do VSS, voluntary retrenchment scheme. But with the current states of the market, people will not want to volunteer to retrench. Therefore, you may have no choice but to do forced retrenchment. What I used to do in 1998 when I was at Carrier International, an econ company, 1998 economic recession, I have to let go 400 people, forced retrenchment. You guys have to be ready for that. So, but how to do it? There are three things that I want you to know, you must do if you have no choice but to do this. Number one, you must retrench with dignity and empathy. No lock out. Meaning, people must be communicated earlier about the retrenchment. People who are involved to be retrenched, they must understand why they are selected. The selection have to be fair, which I'm sure Rachel will talk about that later. Okay, so the selection has to be fair. When people know that they're selected fairly, not because their boss hates them, people tend to accept a little bit more than thinking they have been victimized. That's number one. No lock out. They come in the morning to work, gate closed. Sorry, you are retrenched. You know what do they do next? The next step they do, they go see lawyer. They go find legal, they go to labor office. Liability to the company will increase. That's number one. No lockdown. Allow them to clear their belongings when they are retrenched. Either in the evening, when most employees already leave the company, or during weekend with the supervision from the supervisor. So they feel that, hey, I'm not like being kicked out from the company that I've been contributing all this while. And third one, what I've done in 1998, which not many people have done, but I think helped me a lot, was we gave employee to be retrenched an option. We gave them an option whether they can be paid in lieu and they're gone, or they can serve the notice. Believe me, 98% will want to be paid in lieu. They want to be gone. But the fact that we gave them choices, they felt that they are not being kicked out. So number one. Number two, by them indicating their choice, in that letter of retrenchment, they have to return the letter. So it's like they're indirectly accepting the retrenchment. So that's what we did. Not many people done that, and I did that. And out of 400 people we retrenched, only 4 people complained, and we went to court. And the company at the time, I wasn't working for the company anymore, but I was the key witness. We went to court and we won the case.
Wow.
And so most important thing, our conscience has to be clear as HR. Our conscience has to be clear that we're doing the right thing for the company without victimizing any individual. That's it. The other thing is, when you do this, though it's sad and uncertainty, people will not be too overly bitter. Therefore, going to lawyer, going to labor office is not the first thing in their mind. So retrenchment involves peoples and emotion. Therefore, if you to do it, you have to do it with empathy toward those people who lost their job. Now, next, what are the things you need to do for people during this, if you have to post retrench? Number one, there are 3 things I want to share with you briefly. One, you have to support those retrenched. Number 2, you have to manage the morale, or actually 3, I will talk about the dignity. The number 2 is you have to support those people retrenched. Number 3, you have to manage the morale and motivation of the retrenchment survivor, those people who remains in the company. That's will determine how productive they are. So on number 2, support for those retrenched. What are the things you need to do? Number 1, you must help them with the outplacement. Company must have an outplacement program. Successful or not, that's another story, but that must be done so that you know what are your people skills, what are the industry requirements, try to match them. That's number 1. Number 2, they should be trained. There should be training for those people retrenched on how to apply for a new job. Many of them have never applied a job for a long time. They love the company they're working for. They don't know how to do the CV. They don't know how to attend an interview. So they have to be trained how to do the CV, how to attend an interview, how to go into the digital, looking for job in the social media and so on. They have to be trained. For those employees who want to start a business with the money they got, they have to be trained how to start a business. Not everybody, starting a business is not easy. So that's number 2. Number 3, there should be some sort of motivational program for these employees, retrenched employees, so that they're ready to prepare themselves for the new life outside of the company. So these are the things they need to do. And the other thing, that the third one, our placement training, third one is help them feel the employment insurance scheme that SOCSO provides. Don't forget that. You help them. Therefore, now let me tell you why you have to do all these things. They're gone. They're no more your employees. Why you have to do this thing? There are 3 things. Number 1, it helps them. You help these unfortunate people. By helping these unfortunate people, you, HR folks and the management, it will hopefully clear your unconscious guilt for making people to lose their job.
True.
So living with your guilt is not easy, But I've retrenched 3 companies and it's not easy. But you need to manage your guilt. So by helping these people, you know you're doing the right thing. Okay, that's number 1 reason. Number 2 reason is when this employee feel that their former employer still care for them, still taking care of them. That resulting, that feeling of them, I don't think I want to sue this company. They have no choice. They're helping me still. So meeting a lawyer, going to labor office is not the first thing in their mind. Therefore, it reduces the liability of the company in the long run. Number 3, this is important. It helps the survivor of the retrenchment, people who remains in the organization, who may think one day it will happen to them. They observe it. If you're doing it right, with humane, with those people retrenched, they say, wow, this company is cool, it's great. They have this fuzzy feeling about the organization, form and fuzzy feeling. Okay, with that, they will be more aligned with the organization, new directions. Therefore, hopefully the organization will survive better. Well, briefly,
I
that's it.
really like that.